So, welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. Now, the purpose of this lecture series is basically twofold because through this lecture series, you'll not only get to revise your current affairs on a daily basis, but you'll also get the much needed MCQ practice from them. So it's a good habit to have to cover 4 to 5 MCQs from your current affairs every day. It's a very good habit to have. Therefore, make this lecture series a part of your daily routine. All right, we will begin today's session with question number 1. So let's start. Consider the following statements regarding Indus Water Treaty. Article 12 of the treaty has an exit clause which gives the mechanism for opting out of the treaty. Disputes related to water sharing arrangement are resolved as per Article 9 of the treaty. Any modification within the treaty will require the consent of both parties. Okay. So as you all know that Indus Water Treaty is basically a water sharing arrangement between India and Pakistan. And which waters? Well, Indus water systems. Indus and its 5 tributaries. Right? Now this treaty was signed after 9 years of negotiations in 1960. September 19th to be precise. Okay. And it was a World Bank not negotiated, but World Bank mediated treaty. Now, this treaty in total has 12 articles. Clear? Now, the problem with this treaty is that there is no duration mentioned as to how long this treaty is going to sustain. Plus, there is no exit clause also. Therefore, no country can unilaterally exit from this treaty. There is no exit clause mentioned. So, there is no mechanism as to how one country can opt out of this treaty or how can we cancel this treaty. So, this treaty has an exit clause? No, absolutely not. Okay. Now, when it comes to disputes regarding water sharing, well, Article 9 of this treaty basically has a mechanism. If there is a dispute between India and Pakistan with respect to water sharing of Indus River, then Indus River system, okay, then the matter might go to Permanent Indus Commission. If it is not resolved there, then it will go to a neutral expert. And if it is not resolved there, then arbitration happens, okay. But all of this procedure, this entire procedure is mentioned in Article 9 of the treaty, so this part is correct. Any modification within the treaty will require the consent of both parties. Yes, any amendment to any article, any modification will require consent of both parties. So this part is correct. Only 2. The answer is B. Okay. Question number 2. Consider the following statements regarding Himalayan Hindu Kush region. Glaciers of this region provide water to 12 major rivers of the region. The 12 major rivers include Ganga, Brahmaputra, Amu Darya, Indus, Mekong, supplying water to over 2 billion people. The tropical cyclones originating in Mediterranean region provide snowfall to this region during winters. Okay. Now, which of the above statements are correct? Now, Himalayan Hindu Kush region is basically a basically range of mountains. Okay. Now, this range of mountains starts from the Hindu Kush range and then extends to Himalaya till the northeast of India. Okay, so it starts somewhere in Afghanistan, Central Asia. Okay, and then it extends through Himalayas to the entire northeast. Okay, now this Himalayan Hindu Kush range, also known as HKH, Hindu Kush Himalayan range, okay, is home to a lot of glaciers, and these glaciers feed water to 12 major rivers. Now, these 12 major rivers supply water to not only India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, but also Central Asia and Tibet and China. Not just Tibet and China, also some rivers are some rivers originate from the glaciers of this region and they supply water to even Vietnam, okay, Mekong River and all. So, glaciers of this region provide water to 12 major regions, absolutely correct. These 12 major rivers are Ganga, Brahmaputra, Amu Darya, which flows in Central Asia, Indus, Pakistan, Mekong, well, it flows in Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, okay, supplying water to over 2 billion people, absolutely correct. Now, this region receives its rainfall from western disturbances during the winter season, okay, western disturbances that originate from Mediterranean Sea. Okay, now these western disturbances that originate from Mediterranean Sea travel eastwards and they supply rainfall to North India in winters and snowfall in the Himalayan Hindu Kush range. Okay. Now, these western disturbances are temperate cyclones or also known as extratropical cyclones. They are not tropical cyclones. Okay. Mediterranean region is not in tropical region, so it can't generate tropical cyclones. So this part is false. 1 and 2 only. The answer is A. Question number 3. Which of the following factors are responsible for recent surge in gold prices? So gold has crossed 24 karat gold has crossed 1 lakh rupees mark. That's a lot. Okay. Now what factors are responsible for the recent surge in gold prices? Trade tensions and concerns regarding recession, strengthening of US dollar, preference of gold over US dollars as a reserve asset. Okay. Now, the thing is that gold is generally categorized as a safe haven asset. So, whenever there is economic panic in the world, okay, whenever people are fearful of a recession like situation in the world, they take their money and invest in gold because gold is considered safe investment. So now, because of the trade tensions between US and China, Trump's tariff policy, and fears of global recession or global economic slowdown, well, most global investors have started buying gold because of this fear of recession, and gold prices have risen. True. Okay. Strengthening of US dollar, absolutely false. Dollar has in recent times weakened. And remember this, okay? Dollar price or value of dollar is inversely proportional to gold value. Okay? When dollar strengthens, gold weakens. And when dollar weakens, gold strengthens. Just remember this. So dollar is weakening, gold is strengthening. Just remember this relationship, okay? It will come in handy in your exam if an MCQ is constructed out of this topic, okay? Now, the thing is that dollar is losing value. Now, dollar is generally used by many central banks of the world, like our RBI, okay? Many central banks of the world keep a reserve of foreign currencies. Now, within this reserve, they generally keep dollars. Most of their reserves are made up of dollars. So, dollar is generally considered a reserve asset for many central banks of the world. But recently, because of dollar's weak performance and because of many other reasons, central banks across the world are starting to replace dollar with gold as reserve asset. So this has increased demand for gold and gold prices have risen. So countries like organizations like RBI and central banks of other countries, they are buying gold. Gold's demand increases, gold's price increases. Okay. So the answer to this question is C, 1 and 3. And last, a question again related to Indus Water Treaty. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Indus Water Treaty? It gives unrestricted access to eastern rivers to India, which includes rivers like Ravi, Beas, Chenab. It is a World Bank mediated treaty that was signed in Karachi on September 19, 1960 after 9 years of negotiation. The treaty has 12 articles and 8 annexures from A to H. So second statement is correct. It is a World Bank mediated treaty. It took 9 years to negotiate this treaty, but once it was negotiated, finally it was signed in Karachi on September 19th, 1960. So this part is correct. Now this treaty has 12 articles and 8 annexures, absolutely correct. Now within this treaty, well, Indus and its 5 tributaries. Okay, these are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Satluj. Okay. Now these are the 6 rivers. These 3 rivers, Jhelum, Indus, Chenab, were called Western rivers and they were given to Pakistan. Eastern rivers, Ravi, Beas, Satluj, the eastern rivers were given to India. Okay. So it gives unrestricted access to eastern rivers to India. Absolutely correct. But eastern rivers include Ravi, Beas, and Satluj, not Chenab. Chenab is western river as per this treaty. So this statement is false. The answer is 2 and 3 only. D. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you revise this lecture as well. Okay, now you can revise this lecture from the notes provided by us, and these notes shall be shared on our Telegram platform. The link to our Telegram channel is provided in the comment section below this video. So make sure you do that. Okay, and on that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.